world without limits. A horizon that stretches far beyond what we can see. This is the ocean. A vast presence covering more than 70% of our planet. And yet, it remains one of the greatest mysteries and wonders we know. Within its waters, the oceans hold secrets spanning billions of years. It is the cradle of life. A home to unimaginable creatures. From gentle giants to the smallest, most fragile beings, invisible to the naked eye. Every drop carries history, science, and extraordinary beauty. The oceans sustain life. They dictate the climate, shape continents, and connect cultures. Their invisible currents carry warmth and hope, while their depths shelter ecosystems that challenge everything we thought we knew. Today, we embark on a journey to discover Earth's 5 great oceans. From the vast Pacific to the frozen waters of the Arctic. We'll explore their depths, uncover their stories, and meet the magnificent creatures that depend on them to survive. But we will also confront the harsh reality of how we are shaping their future. Because, in the end, the oceans are not just distant landscapes. They are a part of us. This is the largest and deepest ocean on Earth. Covering over 168 million square miles, the Pacific is a massive blue expanse that accounts for 1/3 of the planet's surface. Its waters touch every continent, from the Americas to Asia, from Australia to the islands of Oceania. Here, the impossible comes to life. Its depths conceal valleys greater than any found on land. The Mariana Trench is the deepest point on the planet. It lies nearly 7 miles below the surface. An abyss as unexplored as the most distant galaxies. The Ring of Fire, a belt of volcanoes and tectonic faults, encircles its waters. Triggering earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions that constantly reshape its geography. But these destructive forces are also creators. New islands are born, where land rises from the sea, offering fertile ground for new forms of life. Scattered like jewels across the vast blue expanse are the islands of the Pacific. More than 25,000 of them. From large land masses like New Guinea and Japan, to tiny atolls and fragments of land barely breaking the surface of the water. These islands are also homes. Ancient peoples crossed the Pacific thousands of years ago, guided only by the stars and the winds. Creating cultures that still carry the spirit of the ocean in their traditions. Amid its crystal-clear waters and unfathomable depths, the Pacific is home to majestic creatures that define the word grandeur. This is the largest creature to ever exist on Earth. Larger than any dinosaur, larger than any land animal. An adult blue whale can reach 100 feet in length, about the same as 3 school buses lined up end to end. And its heart is the size of a small car. This heart pumps blood through arteries so large that a child could crawl through them. Its enormity isn't just physical. Its lungs can hold up to 1,300 gallons of air. With every breath, it exchanges up to 90% of the oxygen in its lungs, an efficiency matched by few other creatures. Despite its monumental size, its diet is nearly microscopic. It relies on krill, tiny crustaceans that form dense swarms in certain parts of the ocean. Using its baleen plates, giant brush-like structures, it filters water, trapping krill in its mouth. During the summer feeding months, a single whale can consume up to 8,000 pounds of krill daily. Blue whales are naturally solitary creatures. But they also form complex bonds. They communicate using low-frequency sounds that can travel hundreds of miles through the ocean. These calls are more than just a means of communication. They are like acoustic maps, guiding them on their journeys spanning thousands of miles between feeding and breeding grounds. The Pacific Ocean is the primary refuge for blue whales. They feed in nutrient-rich regions, such as the California coast, the Antarctic Peninsula, and the South Pacific. But as summer turns to winter, they embark on epic migrations. Toward tropical waters, where they give birth to their calves. The calves, born weighing 6 to 7 tons and measuring about 23 feet long, drink nearly 100 gallons of milk daily during their first months of life. This milk, rich and dense, helps them grow rapidly to face the challenges of their environment. If the blue whale is the vastness in motion, the dolphin is the ocean's dance. A presence that turns the waves into a stage of intelligence. The dolphin is not just a traveler of these waters. It is a communicator, a strategist. Built for speed and agility. It can measure up to 13 feet in length, with powerful muscles that allow it to reach incredible speeds of up to 31 miles per hour. Its elongated, firm snout is its signature feature. It houses sharp, perfectly aligned teeth designed to quickly and efficiently grasp prey. But beneath this streamlined exterior lies the dolphin's true power. Its blowhole, located at the top of its head, is a strategic adaptation for effortless breathing while swimming. Each breath is synchronized with its movements. Ensuring it never loses rhythm in the ocean. Dolphins are natural explorers. They navigate coasts, reefs, and open waters, moving between warm and temperate regions. In every corner of the ocean, they face unique challenges and find the resources needed to sustain their journeys. In coastal waters, they find refuge and abundant food supplies. In the open sea, they rely on currents and their navigation skills to locate prey and engage in social interactions. The dolphin is a strategist. In organized groups, they use sophisticated tactics to hunt. They encircle fish schools, create bubble barriers, and take turns attacking. Their favorite prey includes small fish and squid, which they swallow whole. A dolphin's life is defined by its sociability. It lives in groups ranging from a few dozen to hundreds of individuals. Clicks serve as a natural sonar, enabling them to navigate even in murky waters. Whistles, on the other hand, act as unique names, identifying each individual in the group. It's a rich and complex language that connects every member to the ocean's depths. Among the coral reefs of the Pacific Ocean lives a small inhabitant that defies the rules of survival. The clownfish. With its bright colors and agile movements, it's a perfect example of adaptation and partnership in the water. Measuring between 4 and 7 inches, the clownfish is small in size. but giant in personality. Its vibrant orange coloration, with white bands outlined in black edges, serves as a warning to predators. And as a trademark that makes it instantly recognizable. Its fins are agile and precise. They allow it to navigate among the tentacles of the anemone it calls home. A movement that requires both grace and confidence, as this is its refuge and its greatest risk. The clownfish inhabits the tropical reefs of the Pacific, from the warm waters of the Great Barrier Reef to the islands of Indonesia. And the coasts of the Philippines. It relies on sea anemones for survival. And it's within them that it creates its home. The relationship between the clownfish and its anemone is one of nature's most fascinating partnerships. While the anemone's venomous tentacles repel predators, the clownfish is immune to them, thanks to a special mucus layer on its skin. It's a relationship of mutual protection. As a true opportunist, the clownfish feeds on what the reef provides. It eats small crustaceans, algae, and leftover food discarded by other fish. This versatility sustains not only the clownfish, but also the anemone, which benefits from its active presence. The clownfish's world is matriarchal. Each anemone hosts a small group, led by a single dominant female. She is larger, more aggressive, and leads the group with authority. The breeding male, smaller, takes on the role of caretaker. He protects the eggs, ensuring they receive enough oxygen, and removes any debris that could harm the developing fry. When the dominant female dies, the male takes her place. He undergoes a unique biological transformation. He becomes a female. This flexibility is key to survival in an environment where every resource is contested. The Pacific Ocean reigns with vastness, warmth, and movement. But to the south, its waters meet another realm. a world where the ocean's blue blends with the ice's white. Here, at the boundary of two worlds, the journey toward the Southern Ocean begins. A place of extremes, silence, and strength. The Pacific gives way to the great frozen desert. A place where ice and sea converge to create one of the planet's most extreme and isolated landscapes. Here, the silence is broken by the sound of icy waves. And the crackling of ice, which moves without rest. The Southern Ocean is unique in its formation. It is the only ocean that completely surrounds a continent. Encircling Antarctica like a frozen ring. Its waters span 7 million square miles, but its influence extends far beyond that boundary. The currents of the Southern Ocean connect the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, creating the largest water circulation system on the planet. Every second, this system moves over 34 million gallons of water. Ice is the soul of the Southern Ocean. During winter, the sea freezes, doubling Antarctica's size. A vast white landscape emerges, seemingly infinite. In summer, the ice retreats, revealing dark, deep waters. These cycles of freezing and melting are like the ocean's breath. The growth and retreat of ice shape not only the southern landscapes, but also the rhythm of life that thrives here. In the depths of the Southern Ocean, darkness is absolute. The water nears freezing temperatures. This is where Antarctic bottom water is formed. Dense, icy water that sinks to the abyss and flows into the world's oceans. Here, the pressure is crushing and no light penetrates. Yet even in this hostile environment, the Southern Ocean remains one of Earth's most powerful shaping forces. They are the true ambassadors of ice. Penguins, with their clumsy waddles on land and graceful movements in the water, are symbols of the Antarctic world. Beyond their colonies on the ice, the ocean is where they truly shine. Their wings aren't designed for flying in the skies, but for slicing through water like natural paddles. With streamlined bodies, these birds reach speeds of up to 9 miles per hour. Their outer feathers are dense and waterproof. Shielding them from icy waters. Underneath, a layer of soft feathers traps heat, allowing them to survive in temperatures that would freeze most creatures. Even their feet are adapted for walking on ice. Featuring a specialized circulation system that prevents freezing and maintains thermal balance in extreme conditions. In the Southern Ocean, penguins are formidable hunters. Their diet consists mainly of krill, small fish, and squid. Prey they catch with swift, precise movements. They can dive more than 1,600 feet deep and remain submerged for up to 20 minutes. Exploring the frigid waters in search of food. Every dive is a test of endurance and strategy. As they dart like arrows through dense schools of prey. But despite their hunting prowess, every journey into the ocean is a challenge. They must evade predators and quickly return to the ice to feed their hungry chicks. The penguin's habitat is a duality. On the ice, they build colonies, raise chicks, and find safety in numbers. But in the ocean, they spend most of their lives exploring a boundless liquid world. During the Antarctic winter, as the sea freezes around them, they gather in large colonies to mate and protect their eggs from the cold. Chicks hatch as summer begins to melt the ice, ready to explore the ocean that opens before them. Their first dive is a defining moment. Marking the start of their lives as true citizens of the Southern Ocean. On the ice, penguins are in constant motion, like dancers of the tides. But not far away, another inhabitant reigns in silence. Sometimes not so silent. Between the ice and the ocean, seals wait. Connected to a different rhythm, but one that is just as vital. The seals of the Southern Ocean live between two worlds, the ice and the ocean. With bodies shaped by evolution, they defy the planet's harshest conditions to thrive. Their streamlined and muscular bodies are wrapped in a thick layer of blubber, shielding them from the extreme cold. This layer retains heat and also serves as an energy reserve. Their rear flippers provide powerful, efficient propulsion, while the front flippers help with navigation and sharp turns. They have large eyes, adapted to see in low-light conditions. Their eyes allow them to hunt, even in the darkest depths. Their whiskers, or vibrissae, are incredibly sensitive sensors. They detect the slightest vibrations in the water, helping them locate hidden or moving prey. Seals can dive to impressive depths, some reaching over 2,000 feet. During these dives, they can hold their breath for up to 15 minutes. Storing oxygen in their muscles and blood with extreme efficiency. They are strategists, using their environment to their advantage. Pups are born on the ice, where they receive intense care from their mothers. In the first weeks of life, they are fed milk so rich in fat that it can double their weight in just a few days. The Southern Ocean is home to various seal species. Some of them pierce the ice to create breathing holes that let them hunt for extended periods. Others are capable of hunting penguins and even smaller seals. Here, in the icy waters of Antarctica, orcas reign supreme. With unique intelligence, overwhelming strength, and deep social bonds, orcas dominate this ocean, turning it into their stage. An orca's appearance is unmistakable. Its body can grow up to 30 feet long and weigh more than 11,000 pounds. The dorsal fin of males, reaching up to 6 feet high, is a sign of maturity and dominance, visible from great distances. Females, smaller and more agile, display a curved dorsal fin. Ideal for quick maneuvers in the unpredictable waters around the ice. Their eyes, small but full of perception, are strategically positioned to observe their surroundings and plan actions with precision. In these icy waters, cooperation is the key to success. Orcas live in pods that can range from 5 to 40 individuals. These family groups hunt together. Each pod has its own set of sounds, like an acoustic signature that defines its identity. These sounds not only connect the members, but also help coordinate movements during elaborate hunts. In the Southern Ocean, orcas feed on small fish, seals, penguins, and even other whales. One of their most fascinating tactics is creating waves to destabilize prey on the ice. Working together, they swim in sync to form waves that break down their victims' defenses. From the cold and silence of the south, the waters begin to change. Cold currents carry stories of ice to other seas. Crossing invisible boundaries. Here, the Southern Ocean gives way to the Atlantic Ocean. A realm where life flourishes at a different pace, and a vast blue expanse begins. The Atlantic is a bridge. A force connecting continents, cultures, and climates. Its waters are a constant rhythm, moving like the planet's heartbeat, in pulses that shape the world. Spanning over 41 million square miles, the Atlantic is the second largest ocean on the planet. Here, calm shores meet fierce currents. Tropical regions share space with cold, deep waters. The Atlantic isn't limited to a single face. It is a tapestry of extremes. Powerful currents, like the Gulf Stream and the Canary Current, form a system that regulates the planet's climate. These currents carry heat from the tropics northward, while cold waters return south, creating a cycle that never ceases. The Atlantic's surface may be familiar, but its depths remain mysterious. Its average depth of 12,000 feet is just the beginning. In some areas, it plunges deeper than the tallest mountain on Earth, reaching over 26,000 feet. Between its shores, cultures and civilizations have thrived, connected by its waters. A traveler journeys through these waters, silent, patient, yet determined. The green sea turtle, an ancient swimmer, follows its own path. In the Atlantic, the journey of the green sea turtle begins even before it sees the ocean. On the quiet sands of a beach, hundreds of eggs crack open. And a new generation awakens. Their first race to the sea is their introduction to a vast and unknown world. A universe that will shape their lives forever. Small and vulnerable, the hatchling green sea turtles race against time. Guided by the moonlight and instinct, they head toward the waves, where the vast Atlantic awaits. Once they reach the ocean, their struggle continues. They swim non-stop, following ocean currents that carry them far from shore into a life of mystery in the open Atlantic. When they reach adulthood, green sea turtles showcase a design built for survival. Their shell, which can grow up to 5 feet long, serves as both armor and a hydrodynamic support. This allows them to glide through the ocean with minimal energy. They can travel thousands of miles without rest. Riding Atlantic currents in search of food and shelter. Green sea turtles don't belong to any single place. During their youth, they roam the open Atlantic, moving between tropical and temperate zones. But as adults, driven by instinct, they return to the very beaches where they were born. This cycle, which can take decades to complete, is one of the ocean's most beautiful journeys. In a vast ocean full of secrets, one figure dominates the currents with power and stealth. The great white shark. a creature that moves through the Atlantic waters like a phantom. Silent, watchful, and relentless. Its torpedo-shaped body is built to glide through the water at speeds of over 30 miles per hour. Reaching up to 20 feet in length and weighing more than 4,000 pounds, it combines powerful muscles with sleek lines. Its black, inscrutable eyes see far more than they reveal, detecting motion, shadows, and contrasts. Every approach is an act of absolute precision. But beneath the surface lies its true secret. Equipped with specialized sensors, the great white shark can detect the faintest electrical signals generated by living beings. Even the simple beat of a heart doesn't go unnoticed. Its favorite prey includes seals, sea lions, and large fish, which it hunts with patience and strategy. Its serrated teeth, over 2 inches long, slice and crush. Turning every meal into a guaranteed source of sustenance. Even while feeding, the shark remains alert. Every movement is calculated, every breath measured. In the Atlantic, the great white shark wastes no energy. It masters it. It is a traveler. Its routes span thousands of miles, from the warm waters off Brazil's coast to the frigid regions near North America and Europe. But the Atlantic is also filled with voices. In the same waters emerges a different giant, whose songs echo for thousands of miles. The humpback whale. A voyager of the oceans, whose presence turns the Atlantic into a symphony. The humpback whale is a marvel of remarkable proportions. It can grow up to 52 feet in length and weigh more than 66,000 pounds. It combines power and grace with every movement. Its pectoral fins, which can reach 1/3 of its body length, are the largest among whales. They give it unmatched precision in the water. Its tail is like a personal signature, allowing individual identification. The ventral grooves along its belly enable it to expand its throat like a balloon when capturing vast amounts of water while feeding. And with baleen plates, it filters the water, retaining the food that sustains its massive body. Humpback feeding involves careful strategy. One of its most remarkable techniques is bubble net feeding. Working as a group, the whales blow bubbles in circles to trap schools of fish, driving them toward the surface. Then, in a precisely timed choreography, they rise together, swallowing thousands of fish in a single move. The feast is ready. Providing the energy needed for their long journeys across the ocean. But what truly sets the humpback whale apart is its voice. Male whales compose complex songs that can last up to 20 minutes and be heard across thousands of miles. Each melody is a sequence of notes repeated in intricate patterns. Creating a language that continues to puzzle scientists. These songs may serve for communication or courtship, but they also seem to hold a deeper purpose. They echo as a reminder of the invisible bond that ties all Atlantic inhabitants together. From the deep blue of the Atlantic, we head north. The warm waters turn cold, the winds grow stronger. And the deep blue gives way to landscapes dominated by ice. There, at the edge of the world, lies the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest of Earth's oceans, covering about 5.5 million square miles. But make no mistake, its influence stretches far beyond its boundaries. It is surrounded by continents and touches the shores of 8 countries. Its waters are some of the coldest on Earth. A reality made possible by high salinity. Which prevents the ocean from freezing completely at its depths. Though it's one of the shallowest oceans, with an average depth of about 4,000 feet, the Arctic still holds underwater canyons and mountains. The Lomonosov Ridge, a submerged mountain range, cuts the ocean in half. Dividing it into 2 major basins. The Arctic Ocean is not isolated. Its cold currents mix with the warm waters of the Atlantic and Pacific. This constant exchange connects the Arctic to the rest of the planet, even in its apparent solitude. The Arctic Ocean is governed by cycles of light and darkness. For months, the sun never sets, bathing the ice in perpetual light. But in winter, darkness takes over, and the ocean becomes a realm of shadows. When the light returns, it brings with it a spectacle only the Arctic can offer. The northern lights paint the sky. As if the ocean itself were celebrating the return of daylight. Between the ice and freezing waters, a hunter reigns supreme, as if molded by the environment itself. The polar bear. A silent giant, relentlessly adapted to its surroundings. The polar bear is one of the largest land predators in the world. Males can grow over 8 feet long and weigh more than 1,500 pounds. Its white fur, which camouflages perfectly with the ice, is actually translucent, reflecting the light around it. Beneath it, black skin absorbs heat. while a thick layer of fat insulates against the extreme cold. Its large, rounded paws act like snowshoes, distributing its weight to allow it to walk on thin ice. Additionally, sharp claws provide traction on slippery surfaces and help capture prey with deadly precision. The polar bear's sense of smell is so keen that it can detect a seal almost 1.25 miles away, even under the ice. Though it spends much of its life on the ice, its connection to the ocean is vital. It is a specialized hunter of seals, which make up the majority of its diet. It waits for hours, sometimes days, near breathing holes in the ice where seals surface for air. Each seal provides enough fat to sustain the bear for days. When the ice retreats during summer, the bear moves to shorelines, exploring coastal areas and islands. It is a solitary creature, traveling vast distances in search of food and territory. It can roam for hundreds of miles, guided by its sense of smell, memory, and intuition. Another giant of the north moves at the boundary between land and sea. In rocky reefs and coastlines, the sea lion rules. Males can weigh up to 2,000 pounds and measure nearly 10 feet long. While smaller females weigh around 800 pounds. Their smooth skin glistens under the cold sunlight. A protective armor against the harsh environment. Their long, muscular front flippers not only propel them through the water, but also allow them to walk nimbly on land. A rare skill among marine mammals. Sea lions feed on fish, squid, and small crustaceans. When hunting in groups, They communicate through a series of roars and movements. A symphony of strategies that turns the ocean into a hunting ground. They favor rocky coastlines and isolated islands, where they find safety for resting and breeding. Colonies are intense places. Dominant males defend their territories with impressive roars and battles that can last for hours. While females care for their pups and rest before returning to the sea to hunt. Roars, touches, and coordinated movements are part of their language, creating a clear hierarchy and bonds that strengthen the group. But sociability has its limits. Males compete fiercely for territory and access to females. The victor not only secures control, but also ensures the continuation of his lineage. A bit farther south, this ocean dissolves into powerful currents that carry its cold waters into other seas. Here, the ocean transforms. From the frozen silence arise the waves that feed the Indian Ocean. A place where light and life intertwine, creating a world of colors and movement. An ocean where the sun's warmth penetrates deeply, nurturing its waters and shaping its shores. This is the Indian Ocean. A realm of tropical temperatures, calm seas, and stories that have connected continents for thousands of years. Its currents follow the rhythm of seasonal winds shaped by the monsoons. For half the year, the waters flow in one direction, and for the other half, they reverse completely. A cycle that dictates life, trade, and the climate of the surrounding regions. These winds not only move the ocean, but also connect lands. Since ancient times, sailors and merchants have used the monsoons to cross the Indian Ocean, creating routes that linked civilizations. Scattered across the vast Indian Ocean are islands that seem to float like pieces of paradise. From the tiny atolls of the Maldives to the grandeur of Madagascar. These islands are havens of beauty. Beneath the waves, a silent giant glides. The whale shark is the largest fish in the world. A creature of astounding proportions and a presence that commands reverence. But despite its massive size, it is a gentle giant, living in perfect harmony with the ocean and humankind. Reaching up to 40 feet long, some legends claim over 60 feet, the whale shark is a marvel of the Indian Ocean. It can weigh as much as 40,000 pounds. The spots covering its skin resemble stars in an underwater sky. But they're not just for show. These markings help camouflage the giant as it moves through open waters. Despite its enormous mouth, which can open nearly 5 feet wide, the whale shark is not a voracious predator. Its teeth, tiny and numerous, are practically useless for chewing. It is a filter feeder, surviving on the smallest creatures in the ocean. The whale shark leads a simple life, feeding primarily on plankton, fish larvae, and tiny crustaceans. As it swims slowly with its mouth open, water flows through its gills, where specialized structures called gill rakers trap its food. It can filter thousands of gallons of water per hour, transforming invisible particles into nourishment for its massive body. The warm waters here provide the perfect home for the whale shark. It is often found near tropical islands, where currents bring nutrients and life. Places like the Maldives, Seychelles, and the coast of Mozambique are frequent refuges. In the reef, where life bursts with color and form, another predator moves with hypnotic elegance. The lionfish. It is both beautiful and dangerous. A symbol of nature's ability to combine art and weaponry in a single creature. Measuring up to 16 inches long, the lionfish is a masterpiece of adaptation. Its body is covered in alternating colorful stripes, a pattern that camouflages it among corals and also serves as a visual warning. But what truly defines the lionfish are its venomous spines. Arranged along its dorsal, pectoral, and pelvic fins, these spines hold a potent venom. Capable of paralyzing prey and deterring predators. These fins play a crucial role in its hunting strategy. When spread wide, they create the illusion of a much larger fish, confusing enemies and trapping prey. It prefers a stealthy approach, moving slowly and closing in on its targets undetected. Using its fins as a barrier that makes escape impossible. The Indian Ocean, with its warm waters and vibrant reefs, is the perfect home for this species. Across the world's oceans, every current, every inhabitant, tells a story of connection and survival. They are the rhythms that unite the planet. They are the beginning and the end of everything. They connect worlds, they shape climates, create habitats, and sustain life. They are places of mystery, waiting to be unveiled. Of forces that transcend our understanding, and beauty that defies words. Here lies the beginning and end of all stories. And as their waters continue to dance with the wind, their essence remains a reminder that life is deeply interconnected.